You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Why, hello there, single smart female. It is your romantic fairy godmama coming to you today with a single smart female listener question. Miss Friendly Negotiation writes, Dear Jen, one guy in my entourage thought I wanted a relationship. I told him I wanted to continue to spend time together and know we are both grieving long-term breakups. 2 months later, he has been hinting he is almost ready and we would be good together long term. I'm already there. We spend more time together and we are having amazing experiences. How long do we keep having friendly negotiations about where we stand, and at what point do I let others go? Okay, Miss Friendly Negotiation. The first thing I want to dive into in your submission is a question about how to continue this. And I want to say this actually because you're at the point of deciding exclusivity or very close to it. You're not quite there yet. And in fact, until the question comes out of his mouth, I would keep my mantourage talent open and not shut everybody down quite yet. That way you're saying that what's more important instead of just this specific person. Not that this person isn't important, but what's more important is that you believe in your capacity to have the love life that you want. So that's the first thing. Do not shut your mantourage down yet. In fact, make sure you're still exploring having a great time with these other men in your mantourage. And then the second question that you're going to ask yourself before you do dive into a relationship is, are you truly ready to be exclusive? Or are you doing this because you're afraid to lose him? Now, why do I bring this up? Does this mean that you should always doubt yourself going into a relationship? No. But I want all of you ladies to know, just like if you decide to have sex with somebody because you're afraid of losing them, deciding to go into a relationship with somebody because you're afraid of losing them is a bad idea. It's a bad idea all the time. And we as adored women have to stand in what we want and who we are and not be pressured into something that we're not necessarily ready for. Now, I'm not saying that you're not ready. I just want you to make sure that you're asking yourself that question because you really enjoy spending time with them. And if there's a part of you that thinks that a relationship has to happen right now, just because you might lose him. Now, next, as you're going into the relationship part of this, before you actually go into the relationship part, this isn't negotiation necessarily. This is more investigation. I tell my clients that I want the person that you decide to be in a relationship with, because remember, the criteria is different between mantourage and actual relationship. It's a lot more encompassing, somebody who can be in your mantourage versus somebody you decide to be in a relationship. It's going to be more selective. And what I want you to really think about is this man 85% of what you want. And I'm not talking physically, okay? Let me take that out of the equation. I'm not talking tall, dark, handsome. No, I'm talking about the emotional qualities, how you feel when you're with him, and then some of the things that we're going to talk about right now. This is really important that you need to investigate instead of negotiate. Is he on board with you about the same things that you want? If you want marriage, if that's important to you, if you want just a long-term relationship, that's important to you. Do you want kids? Does he want kids? Is he seemingly supportive of if you continue to kick ass at your career? Where would he eventually, if you're going into a marriage, where would he want to live? These are things that you need to start investigating now and having some fun. And these don't have to be really, you don't have to grill the guy in order to get these answers out. You should have some fun. But these are the pieces that you definitely should take into consideration, because way too many women don't investigate these pieces first, or if they do know about them, they go into a relationship anyways, hoping that the guy will change. Now, can the guy change? Yes, absolutely. But once you hit that point where you've eliminated all your options and your leverage, basically, then you've made the chore a lot harder on you of inspiring change, because you cannot force anybody to change. You can only inspire them to change. And that's where women get caught and they get stuck in these relationships where nothing is changing. When you can stay in your mantourage dating phase instead and really keep exploring your options, and then see if he comes around to the idea versus eliminating everything and all of your other possibilities and hinging all your hope on this one man. Now, another question I want you to investigate: is he financially stable and is he financially fit? That's something that you definitely want to consider before you're going into a relationship with somebody, because you want somebody that is definitely financially fit. You want somebody who's not hopping from job to job to job to job. I do recognize there are women who will end up, this is the negotiation part, once they're with somebody, they decide that they want to keep their career and he wants to be a stay-at-home dad. Yes, but you shouldn't necessarily go into a relationship with a man who isn't willing to consistently provide. That's more of a down the road kind of thing. And I see too many women step into relationships with these men and they end up doing emotional caretaking, plus the financial caretaking, plus all that, and they're exhausted. And then especially when kids come along, then they're doing the child rearing as well. And it's just an exhausting place to put yourself. So you're looking for not only somebody that lights you up and makes you feel things, but you're looking for a real partnership with somebody that is definitely, and it's obvious and evident that they would be willing to put their part in. So let's round this all out. You need to, at this point, first off, keep your mantourage going. Keep a vibrant mantourage, not just a half-ass mantourage. Half-ass mantourages do not count. The universe knows what you're doing, and that shit does not count. I would do more investigation versus negotiation to figure out, where he's at with everything. And I would postpone, if he's, let's say, only 20% of where you're at, I'd postpone getting into a relationship with him. It doesn't mean you have to stop dating him. And then your final question was, at what point do you let others go? Well, that's the point that you decide to go into a relationship. And it's really easy to do that. So you'll just reach out to them and say, hey, I want to thank you for the opportunity to get to know you romantically a bit and be able to spend time with you. I've decided to go into an exclusive relationship with someone else. And the latter part is optional. I'm very open to continuing a friendship with you, but I understand if maybe that's not something that you're open to. And if you are, do let me know. Or you can say, I want to wish you the best on your romantic experiences, and then leave it there. And you'll be very, very surprised at how open the other men are to that. And they actually appreciate women who don't just disappear, just like we as women appreciate when a man, actually brings closure to something. Men appreciate that as well. So all in all, you've got everything that you need here to keep proceeding. I want you to look at it as more investigation than negotiation. And I definitely want you to keep your options open till you get to the point that you two have decided to be in an exclusive relationship together. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show. As an adored woman who mantourage dates the right way, you will soon realize that you have a significant amount of options to choose from in your love life. Spend your dating experiences investigating which option will be the most wonderful partnership over a lifetime instead of constantly negotiating your way into a relationship. Hey again, lover girl. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share this episode with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you are truly ready to tip the scales of love permanently in your favor, then meet me over at secretsocietyofAdoredWomen.com to schedule your application interview to work with me directly. See you there.